Okay, mic check, mic check. Can you guys hear me? Excellent. Let me know if the audio levels are okay. I think the stream audio might be a bit loud. We'll raise the volume a little bit, hoping to see some big indie titles. The volume of my voiceover or the stream? The background stream, I guess. The audio levels seem to be all over the place. Yeah, background stream seems rather loud, I think. Voice audio up. Okay. Hello, Clemmy. What's this stream about? Well, Sushan, this is the Guerrilla Collective. It's a indie gaming focused live stream around E3. So there are quite a number of indie publishers on board with this event. So expect to see announcements for new games, updates, patches, surprise releases, whatever you normally get for a E3 presentation. Flint, Son of Crimson, and Elder Souls are the other ones. Otherwise, I have 80 plus games that I need to sort out first, just from binging your videos in the past week. Thanks for watching the videos, Phil. Flint would be a good one. I think it's due for a release date review soon, so hopefully at this event, or maybe next week. Same goes for Elder Souls. Man, that sounds good.
What is poppin', everybody? Welcome to the Guerrilla Collective 2. I am your host, Justin Woodward, co-founder of The Mix, the media indie exchange and indie team in Terabang Entertainment. I am with my co-host, Alex Wilmer. What is poppin', Alex? How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for having me, Justin. It is very exciting to be back for the Guerrilla Collective 2.
Okay, let's see what they have in store for us.
I'm super happy to be back. I'm happy to be in the studio.
Yes.
Where are we at?
Yeah. This is our studio here in Berkeley. We're on our Foley stage, and it's very, very nice to have you here. Thank you for coming.
Yes, of course. And as I said, this is our second annual. That was like a nice little grip. As I said, this is our second annual.
Stephen Cooper. I'm still waiting on info on Gestalt, Steam, and Cinder. Yes, that is a title that I'm looking forward to as well. Hi, Basori. Nice of you to join us again.
Gameplay trailers and reveals from studios of all sizes, direct to enthusiasts worldwide. And the tradition continues this year with 2 showcases where we are having during this showcase season. Check out our schedule right here for this week's event and next. There it is. Today we will start with a wide range of games and then connect with our friends in Japan for some BitSummit picks and end the day with our Black Voices in Gaming post-show. Before we get started, we have to give a huge shout out to our sponsors: PlayStation, Xbox, Kickstarter, Razer, Astro Gaming, our fellow devs and publishers, 2 awesome studios.
Okay, yeah, so this list of developers and publishers are the who's who of indie gaming.
Studio, Graffiti Games, Head Up,
So I'm expecting some exciting announcements from
Raw
this.
Fury, Tiny Build, Thunderful, and of course, Whitethorn Games.
That was a mouthful.
It was a lot, and there was a lot of really good pauses in there too.
And we've also teamed up with Valve to showcase the games on Steam in order to support the devs. So be sure to check out the Guerrilla Collective event page on Steam, where you can learn more about these games.
Hi, Rescue.
Games that you can buy right now, and some of the games coming up in the future you can wishlist now. So check out the event page, Guerrilla Collective, on Steam.
Yeah, make sure to do that. You know, shout out to
New
Valve,
Humble Games
Steam,
titles for
working
sure.
with
Yep,
us, and
I'm
also
expecting
all of our
that as well.
Platform partners as well. Shout out to our broadcasting partners for supporting the showcase and the developers on the stream. We couldn't do it without you. Twitch, Steam, IGN, and of course, GameSpot. They have helped to host this stream, and it is super amazing. Enough of all that, though. Let's get started with our first set of games, with a few brand new exclusives, catching up with the adorable creatures in the world of Eternal Cylinder, and checking out an update for a beloved Metroidvania, as well as some up-and-coming slick indie games. Without further ado,
Ooh, beloved
let's go.
Metroidvania. Wonder what that could be. China Hero Project. Okay. Anno Mutationum. Yep, this has a very, very cool look. It's like pixel art, but it's 3D-ish with depth. Kind of interesting. interesting way to kick off the event though. It's kind of a quiet trailer. Satish Kumar, hello. Nice to have you here. Alex, I think you already showed this game in one of your videos. Yes, I have shown off this game. It looks like new gameplay footage. And this uses the SCP lore and, you know, whatever information that you have from that. Yep, exactly. This is why I thought it's a strange opening. So usually you open events with a bang, right? Like how I open my videos, I usually choose a faster paced game, or at least showing off the action, rather than, you know, straight gameplay, no background music, and I'm not sure what's this. It does look good though. Yep, it's slowly beginning to kick in, so they should have started with this rather than whatever that was. They can't be doing this live, right? Doesn't make sense. It should be all be pre-recorded. Whoa, premiere Stadia exclusive. Yes. Oh, 505. Art play. Is this the bloodstained?
What are we transmuting this?
Wait, what's this? What is this? There's supposed to be a Bloodstained sequel in the works somewhere. Or could it be that they're releasing a Stadia port? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. What was that? Alright, this is the next game. Good Shepherd, Ace Team.
In the Eternal Cylinder, players
Eternal
will have to
Cylinder.
explore a vibrant alien world
The weird
teeming with
spore
strange
game.
life. Survival is a constant challenge, as different natural biomes each bring their own unique obstacles to overcome. For example, the extreme heat of this desert environment will quickly make your health dwindle. Luckily, the Trebhum are resourceful creatures with the unique ability to spontaneously
Ace Team is such
evolve.
an interesting developer.
feed them
These are the
right.
people that made Rock of
However,
Ages,
environmental
as well as
conditions are
Xenoclash,
only
if anyone
one
can
of the
remember
many
that.
dangers you will
Long
face,
time ago.
as the world
Very
is
weird
filled with
first-person game.
dangerous creatures, some natural, some not. The strangest of these creatures have the ability to remove your mutations, threatening your ability to survive in multiple ways. Learning all the surprising ways to interact with the creatures of this world is key to survival, as they are an essential source
One of the
of
weirdest
vital
games in development out there
resources.
for sure.
To find a way of surviving the
I mean,
unstoppable
it's
threat of the
quirky and
Eternal
weird,
Cylinder, you
and
will have
but I
to
don't know
keep
how good
exploring,
it's supposed to play,
keep
man.
discovering. After all, there's an important trait that humans and Trebhum have in common: curiosity.
Wait, so is it Stadia exclusive, but there's Epic, PS4, Xbox One? Or was the Stadia exclusive the Bloodstained just now?
Overcoming challenge and diversity with cunning, dexterity, backpack miniguns.
Trifox. I think I mentioned this recently. And why is their stream so zoomed in? It's a slick action adventure twin stick shooter thing. And one of the things that in the description of this game that actually drew me to it was that it's inspired by the golden age of 3D platformers, despite not being a 3D platformer. So I don't know what to think about this. Yeah, something is definitely off with the trailer. I'm pulling the stream from GameSpot and it looks zoomed
There's
in
nothing
for
common.
some reason.
That's this spot.
Hey everyone, I'm Daniel Piqueras, a 23-year-old solo developer from Spain, and Axolotl is my first game. You play
Thiago
as a
Oliveira,
hungry
hello.
axolotl with an
Nice to
AK
have you here.
shooting his way through madness. People often ask me how I came up
Let's
with the
see.
idea, and the truth is quite silly. I was joking with friends, and suddenly I said, imagine an axolotl with an AK-47? Wait. And that's pretty much how it came to life. My only goal with the game is for people to have fun, to have a good time. Nowadays, more than ever. So thank you so much for having me here and for showcasing my game. Take care. And bye.
Thanks, Julio. Axolotl is pretty neat actually. Something I'm keeping an eye on as well. Well, it looks like a roguelite, like action roguelite twin stick shooter thing. I don't think it's a roguelite. Alright, that's a good trailer. A good start to the trailer anyway. Whopper Simulator, yep, that's a good one. Woods 27. The guns do actually remind me of Nuclear Throne for some reason. I think it's the pixel art as well. Frog King, good to have you here. Much violence. Alright, this is Ruby the Wayward Mira. Kinda cool pixel art Metroidvania. The animation, the character does look overly animated though. Like the idle animation when she's just standing there. So it's kind of weird looking, but you know, it's neat at the same time, I guess. I'm doing alright, been busy. So some of you from the previous Indie Live Expo stream will notice if you see a baby break thing pop up on the stream, means I'm attending to my kid. She has to feed her and get her to sleep and all that, so I might go off for a little bit. She's asleep for now. I have a baby camera on her, so hopefully she stays asleep for the duration of the stream, but we'll see. Is this Way Forward? No, I don't think it's Way Forward. It's an independent developer. Coming soon, no date yet. Okay, so nothing new, I guess.
Alex, but I'm looking forward to not getting steamrolled by a giant cylinder. But I am looking forward to whipping some more creatures' asses in Bloodstain. Make sure to follow and support the devs, as well as pre-order and wishlist them on Steam or wherever they may be available.
True. And up next, we're taking a ride with some fast-paced action titles And we're
True.
switching it up for some darker, more moody vibes, as well as showing some love to a couple of games from the Black Voices in Gaming Freshman Class 2021. Let's start with a kick-ass trailer and hop into some more games.
True.
Violent Saint. Oh, I don't like this. What is this? Ooh. Okay, a grungy twin stick shooter of some sort. I don't know what this is. Freaky designs though, like why? Ascend? Moroi. Okay. Yeah, very unsettling. Weird game.
You can see the towers of madness.
Age of
Must
Ageless.
open
Yep.
the third gate to give access to the moon once more. We do this unwillingly, but we must.
Oh, this is a roguelike platformer. I've covered this before, can't remember the name. Some Lovecraftian horror thing. Kind of looks like Noita, but not pixel art, right? Obviously. Source of Madness, yes, that's
Hi,
the
my
one.
name is David. I'm the co-founder and 3D artist at Bleak Mill, and we are developing Industria, a mystery first-person shooter in which a woman searches for her work colleague in a parallel dimension.
Industrial. I
inspired
think
by
this is in
Half-Life
early
2,
access
Bioshock,
right now.
and the works of David Lynch. In this video, we want to give you an exclusive insight into what we are working on right now. The first thing to show is the new enemy type we call the Hound. They feature a pack behavior, means they have a leader and the other in the pack just follow that leader. They are quick, agile and harm the player a lot with their saw blades. The second thing we want to show you is the optic, which you can see right now.
It does look like Half-Life 2, doesn't it?
The optic is a long-range enemy that pins down the player with a machine gun.
Gunfire Reborn is a great game.
We also want to show you new environments, such as this abandoned apartment building in the city of Hokkavik. Hundreds and thousands of people lived in the city, which is now abandoned and filled with robots that want to kill the player. Throughout the game, the player will slowly find out why the robots are here, where they come from, and what they have to do with the past of the player character. support us, feel free to wishlist Industria on Steam and or follow us on our social medias like Twitter and Instagram. Thank you, and see you next time.
I cannot play shooters
Look
with a
at me.
controller.
Look at this place.
The farm.
This place
Okay.
is definitely not what it used to be. It's like
Farm
a snake
51?
shedding its skin over and over again. You have to learn it all over again. Feel it. Tame it. I feel you getting closer to the heart of evil. Soon you may reach a point of no return. Time. What is time, Igor? You can never change what's already occurred, because every change creates its own space-time continuum. We can be together, Igor, but you have to learn the truth if you truly want to find me. Now you must do whatever is necessary. After that, it won't matter anymore. Change the past, Igor. See where it leads you.
Chernobylite. Isn't this already out? Like early access or something? Ooh, what's this? Ultra H. Okay. Looks like a pretty sweet third-person action game. Chocobo Killer. That's a good one. So different weapons on cooldown in the top, bottom right, and skills on the bottom left. Looks okay. Looks like Final Fantasy, man.
I'm in a two-story motel in El Paso, Texas.
Ultra
I paid
H.
another 46 stories yesterday, all below ground. It's extremely haunted, and my ex is at the bottom. Dracula, Lord of the Vampires.
Is this a boomer shooter?
She's waiting for me.
Is that a Max Payne like? Yeah, this kind of looks like Max Payne.
Would you believe that this is a love story?
El Paso Elsewhere. Okay.
Olá, eu sou Will Fernandes, game designer e
Decent
diretor
one.
criativo de Elder
Decent
End.
one.
De Lovecraft até Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Elder End é uma mistura de minhas experiências. O gameplay
Elder
conta
End,
com elementos
yes,
clássicos,
this is a
mas também
great game.
incluímos
It
toque
looks so
moderno ao
good.
jogo.
It looks like Dead Cells, or was it Do You? Ooh, yes, I think this is the Metroidvania entry. We got a short teaser for this before, but now we're getting a better look at it. Loot, skill-based combat, RPG, so more on the Castlevania end of things. True Ninja. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is gonna get stomped by Devolver's thing. It's the same thing, right? First person obstacle course, different setting, sure. Sci-fi-ish versus the Indiana Jones temple-like aesthetic of their game, but I have my doubts how well this will do. Run, die, run again. Is this the Sony showcase? It's like the same thing.
Welcome to the grid.
Is it? At Indie Live Expo?
Defeat new enemies.
No. Okay, Black Voices
What
in
is
gaming.
popping?
Okay.
I am here with Aerial Knight, Neil Jones, who just released his game. What's up, man? What's up, dude? He just released his game, Never Yield, and you know it's been blazing up these streets, especially as far as like you've got mad press and everything. But we're here to talk about Black Voice in Gaming freshman class and really how that came together, because it's been a real magical experience. So can you kind of talk about that and like what it is?
Yeah, so Black Voices in Gaming freshman class was an idea where we kind of reach out to the upcoming games made by black talent in the game development space, in the game industry. When I first kind of thought of it, I really wanted it to be kind of like just something to highlight all of these games that were coming out relatively soon, and show that like all of these creators in this space, we're all in it together and we support each other, rather than it being some kind of competition and only highlighting one or two people. We can all support each other because there's room enough for everybody. So and then when we talked about the idea, definitely just like took it and ran with it and put the whole thing together, and reaching out to everybody with you was like really amazing. Everything went really smoothly. So if you haven't checked out the list yet, I don't know if it's posted in the comments or anything like that, but just look up Black Voices in Gaming freshman class. It should pop up, and all of those amazing games are there.
Yeah, you can also check it out on blackvoiceandgaming.com. That kind of like really jump-started that website too. We had it kind of cooking up since the last Guerrilla Collective, but really wasn't able to really put it into full effect until we did launch the freshman class. And I can say it was amazing. Like Neil had I think we were just eye to eye, you know what I mean? Just thinking about this stuff, because the freshman class really came from the Double XL, which I'm a huge hip hop head, and
I'm sure.
I couldn't wait.
Good to have you here.
To see
The
that
family's
cover.
doing well. Thank you for
and
your
to see
concern.
who was on it. I mean, until like maybe it got crazy with like a bunch of like mumble rap stuff that I didn't even know about, but that's besides the point, you know.
Yeah, man, it was really exciting. Especially when we started off with a lot smaller of a group of games, just like people we kind of knew of closely, that was a part of the Guerrilla Collective, or that you featured, or who I just kind of knew personally. And then like you kind of reached out to more people and like really packed the list up more with games that I didn't even know that was coming out. So So yeah, man, it was really cool, and like you know, it just came up with me and you just randomly talking, you know, how we just hop on and start talking about stocks and video games and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really cool to have that community. Like, I don't know, it's just flourishing. Like, I could just Neil's been, you know,
All right,
hooking
see
me
here's a
up with
plug.
contacts of people
Isn't
I
it
can
like
connect with
12 or something
to
at
you know
where
get
you're at?
press or
Back to
you
work
know
at
for
this time?
potential business deals and
Do
you know vice
hop
versa.
on back
And
to check out the
we met
VOD down
a
the line.
year
I guess
ago.
tomorrow it
Actually,
should be
like
up.
on on stream was the first time that we talked. So like kind of to throw it back to this was kind of dope, you know.
Yeah, man. Like, and I think like the more like black people in this game industry, because we're so spread
Maxi
out.
Milano
Like, there's a
Cantu.
lot
How
of
are you
us,
doing,
but,
Clemmy?
you know, we're
I'm
all over the
alright.
place, and we don't really know
Could
each
be
other,
better, but no,
in that way.
that's how
So,
it
like,
is,
the
right?
more of a community we have, and the more of us, the more we can support each other and help each other. Because you know, my whole thing and the whole reason behind this was just to like be like, hey, look at all these other games that you know we're often on a list together for Black History Month, but we never even talked to each other. My first time really talking to Nelson, who worked on, who made Dog Airport, was you know when we were putting this together. So it was really just cool meeting everybody.
Telecommunication
and see how
tower,
chill
okay.
everybody was, because like once we like
So I
pitched,
guess that's critical infrastructure, right?
these creators the idea, they sent us the concept for you know what character they wanted to be a part of the poster, and they just kind of like let
Yeah, I
us do
think
our thing.
New Jones or Aero Knight.
It's super cool to see
What's
the
the game?
different art
Never
styles and the different
run.
types of games that we're
Let me
making.
get
They're
the name
not all
right.
the same, and I think that sometimes
Aero Knights Never
we get
Yield is a
pigeonholed
runner
into,
game.
like,
I think it's
making
as a
certain
solo
type of
developer, so it's pretty
games. So, like,
impressive.
to see, you know, Onsen Master, where you're like, you know, you're managing a natural spring, like, you know, bathhouse. Like, that's what, like, who would have thought that someone would make that, let alone, you know, a black game developer. And I'm making a freaking Jay and Silent Bob game, so no one knows that I'm you know, I'm black, or my team is you know, has like, is extremely diverse. Like, James is, you know, he's also gay, and he's a black man in Georgia, and he's like our art director. Like, we got Evan Washington, who's going to be on the stream, and he worked at Sony, and he's also a producer on our team. Like, but we're making a Jay and Silent Bob game, and you're like, what the hell? Like, those are like two white dudes, you know, dudes portrayed as potheads, and it's like, okay, but that's what we decided to make at that moment. We'll definitely get into like more thematic, like culturally relevant stuff for us, but that was what we were working at the time. So it's so interesting to like that culmination, and also to see, you know, just in general, like the lack of access that some of us have had in the industry. Like, some of us have been in the industry and playing that game, you know, the political game, for a while, but a lot of us haven't, and are making like dope ass games. Like Adam Kareem, right? He's in software, but this is like really his first time in you know, in the business. So like, he's asking all these questions and stuff, you know.
Yeah, and it just shows, you know, that no matter what your background, where you from, hey, like, we are down to connect with you, to support you, and to promote you as much as we can. I will say, if we do like another list, I now that you know the first list is out there, and like people kind of know about it and it has a little bit of attention, the other black creators out there who you know that we aren't connected with, because you know we only know who we know. We want y'all to reach out to us and you know say, hey, what's up, and you know anything that we can do to help you, we want to do that. But you know, like this first list, it was like really quick. We did this in like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
So it was like really fast forwarded. So we just want to reach out to more people of all like black backgrounds, and like kind of just make sure that we can support you the best we can.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, we've shouted them out before, but I want to shout
Any
out
Pixel
Humble
RPG
for
games,
helping support,
nothing
like, the
revealed
Black
so
Voice
far.
game. If it wasn't for, you know, Humble, Kickstarter, Raw Fury, those folks, we wouldn't be able to.
I'm not sure
you
what
know,
I think
basically
about this
fund
interview
that
format
whole thing,
being
you know, that
inserted
whole
into
promotion,
this live stream.
you know.
I guess they did something like that last
And
year as
also,
well,
you know,
where it's not just purely trailers.
one
It's
of
not
the
as
advisors
tight
on the
as
Black
a E3 or
Game
traditional
Developer Fund
E3
for Humble,
presentation.
so I'm always trying to find.
But you know, for,
Yeah,
I'm here for the games,
you
right?
know what I
The
mean? I'm
variety
flexing
in
right
games.
now, you know
So
what
the
I'm saying?
interview format
yeah,
does
like
slow things down a
we
little.
would love to get in contact with more developers. We have, you know, a Discord server that we're communicating on, and it's blowing up. I know it's blowing Neil up while he's like working on his stuff. But we're just here really to help and boost the confidence and exposure for everyone. So yeah, it's been really dope.
Yeah, because you know, we haven't really run into any problems. Everybody just been super chill, and like we're just trying to keep that momentum going because I think we all kind of know the situation we're in, where we're all the underdog, no matter you know where we are in the game industry. If you're an HR, if you're a developer, if you're a streamer, we all in the same place. And like the streamers really came out and supported us too when we kind of put this list out there. They went out and looked up these other games and tried to support them. And if you didn't know about the list, now you know. So like keep a lookout for the next one. I don't know when that's going to be. Whenever we can,
we'll try to do it again, but probably once a year. But maybe we could do it twice because there's some folks that we kind of left out that are dropping in 2021, 2022. So.
Yeah, that was the point I was making. Like we did miss people, and it wasn't intentional. It was just like it was fast moving. We were trying to get this thing out, and we only know so many people. We only got so many connections, but we wanted to expand that to like as many people as we can.
Yeah, for sure. So where can the folks find you, Neil?
Oh, you can find me at Ariel_Knight on Twitter and everywhere else.
Cool, man. Thanks for joining us, and make sure to check out Black Voice in
Game. Man. You've been amazing. The Guerrilla Collective is dope. You put together this list. You did way more work than I did, but I just appreciate you, taking like this idea and just running with it and doing your thing.
For sure. And we got the Black Voice in Gaming coming up pretty soon for the Guerrilla Collective, so make sure to check out that. I just wanted to make sure to talk to Neil, and it's been awesome. So I'll catch you later, man.
All right, man.
All right, peace.
I mean, it's so great to see some of the new titles and also follow up with teams like Retro Ninja with their game Run Die Run Again to see how their game is coming together as they iterate on the design mechanics and just overall graphics. El Paso Elsewhere and Run Die Run Again were both games from developers who were also included in Black Voice in Gaming freshman class. The Black Voice in Gaming stream was first started last year's Guerrilla Collective during the time of civil unrest. Check out the Black Voice in Gaming post-show.
After the show?
Faux show.
Up next, we have a few exclusives on the RPG strategy side of town that will have you dungeon crawling and brawling.
So let's slash into those pieces right now.
Check it.
Butt naked.
Okay, people, listen up. Let me tell you about
Alright, we are back. Guild of Dungeoneering. Okay. This is pretty old school. An Irish developer.
Look at these pitiful fools. Dungeoneering is deliciously cool. Play your cards right, you might win a fight. Oh, it's Dungeoneer time. Just in case you're wondering, we wanna be pillaging, we wanna be plundering, we wanna be dungeoneering. Okay, people, listen up again. You put monsters in the way. See how they run away. You recruits can get all the loot. Oh, it's Dungeoneer time.
The audio is low so that I can talk over it. And this song does remind me of SpongeBob. Kind of different, not really a pirate thing, more of an Irish thing. It's a pretty old game if I'm not wrong, so probably getting an Ultimate Edition, updated version kind of thing.
Once upon a time,
Okay, 5 for 5 games
Our
again.
lands teemed with creatures great and small. The beauty of the worlds was
Oh,
unrivaled.
what's this?
The people thrived and lived in harmony with the land around them. But this harmony was not to last. Slowly, without much notice, the withering was creeping out from the darkness. Once it took hold, there was little that could be done. Our lands were overrun.
Wait, was
and
it
all that
this
was
on the
cherished
Indie Life
disappeared
Expo?
before us. But all was
Grow
not
Song of
lost.
the Evertree?
One young,
Is it?
brave soul stayed behind. With support from their friends and with boundless determination.
Yeah, I think it's the same game.
Seeks out
Yep.
a way to push back the withering and bring life back to our world.
So for those of you that are just joining us now, there were a bunch of people that sat through the 5-hour-long Indie Life Expo with me from Japan.
Grow,
So
Song of
this
the
game was
Evertree.
covered there as well. Kind of neat looking game, but just a glimpse there. So this will be Legend of Keepers 1.0 recently. Maybe an expansion or DLC or something.
Oh, Gothor! Medium plus Demon of Destruction! The gates have fallen! Heroes are rampaging the temple! We need a miracle! More blood? We could offer you many things! Gold, beasts, shows, or...
Is there a new dungeon master that got this? Okay. Wonder what the hook is with this. The pixel art in this game is so good. Return of the Goddess. Paid DLC, free update.
Once
Doesn't
upon
tell
a
you.
time, 3 courageous tinkerers lived together in
Oh,
the woods.
this is Tinkertown.
They settled and lived a wonderful life, building their home, went hunting and defied any weather, and explored distant lands in search of new resources and hidden treasures.
Welcome to Tinkertown. My name is Julian and I'm with HeadUp, the publisher and developer behind this charming pixel sandbox RPG. Since Tinkertown went into early access last November 2020, we've continuously updated the game. We've added more customization options, new items from weapons, housing to decorations, farming, fishing, cooking, as well as more game mechanics. And as we've been developing with you, the community, we've decided to give the next update some more awesome features you've been waiting for. So beware of the Desert Dungeon. The Desert Dungeon not only delivers new enemies, but with it, we've added behavior trees to all our NPCs, making them more aware of their surroundings and more challenging. Be cautious when entering the dungeon. As
Okay,
it is
you know what?
filled
Since
with new mechanics, most
you guys are
prominent
here,
traps.
I do have
Poisonous
50
arrow
keys of
traps
Tinkertown
and monster
that the
ambush.
publisher
Only
did
a
give it to
few
me.
of what
I
is
don't know what
to
to do with
come,
it, so I'm
and
just
a
gonna
new
pop it
powerful boss
on screen,
awaiting
I guess.
you.
You can freeze the
The
screen
new
or whatever and
patch
join
will
the
be
live stream
available
back
for you to play on
in a bit,
June
but
16th.
let me see what I can do.
See you in Tinkertown.
We are the Zodiac Legion. Our enemies beset us on all sides. Once our knightly brotherhood stood as a bulwark against the forces of evil. But when the stars abandoned the world, we were left weak, divided, and lost. We could rely only on the strength of our arms and eternal devotion to our cause. But today, the tides of magic course through the land once again, and we are ready to reclaim our lost heritage. We have taken the fight to the enemy. Empowered by the Zodiac, our champions can bend the battlefield to their will, shattering the enemy's formations with magic and vanquishing their minions with righteous fury. We explore ancient ruins in search of forgotten artifacts to support our war effort, slaying the horrors that stand in our way. Yet some of these abominations may prove more than a match, and our brothers may bear the ultimate sacrifice to bring about victory for the entire order. The blood of the fallen shall inspire the rest of us to carry on. As we grow stronger in the ways of the Zodiac, we learn how to adapt our approach. The spirit of Taurus allows our warriors to break through stone, giving their comrades the opportunity to flank the enemy and drive a salient into their defenses in a single mighty charge. With the foe's shield wall in disarray, nothing can stop us from delivering the killing blow. But we won't win through bold deeds alone. We need to equip our champions for the many tasks that lie ahead and choose our battles wisely. The dungeons of our adversaries still hold our long-lost brothers, whose zeal could not be quenched even by death. We must rescue them and secure their escape by any means if we are to deliver them safely to our citadel, where their wisdom will drive our scholars towards new discoveries. Yet the engines of war grind on through all the lands. The enemy seeks to flood us with even more misshapen monstrosities, while we drown them in a rain of fire. We are the Zodiac Legion. We are the light of hope, a glow in the dark of night, and we will not falter as long as the stars guide our blades.
That was awesome. So many great games in every genre. I'm really happy to see the new ideas and remixes of styles come into the mix this summer.
Yeah.
Alright, get your Steam, I don't know, key redemption page ready. So I have the key drops that should turn up on screen soon.
Let's kick it.
So I'll leave it on for a little bit before removing it. Try to grab a key where you can. Coincidentally, the game in the background is actually perfect for showcasing it. I do apologize for covering up the game, but it's a simple looking low poly space flight sim thing. So yep. Free keys, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Super Space Club. Kinda cute. Okay, let me get rid of it before I get in any trouble with the publisher. So you guys might want to, if you haven't got your key yet, just go back a couple of minutes and pick it up from the stream archive, I guess. Okay. This is Onsen Master, I think. Something I'm looking forward to as well. Super cute game. You're running a onsen, which is a Japanese hot spring for yokai. And you obviously have to put them in the correct tub or whatever, and then give them their food and things that they like. This is Yinglet, right? I think someone mentioned in chat that is released today. I'm not a fan of surprise releases, to be completely honest. I don't think indie developers get enough momentum if they just say, oh, it's out now, it's out today, right? There needs to be a cycle of marketing, promotion, wish listing that's going on for a game to get any traction. And while surprise releases are fun, they don't translate that well into sales, in my opinion anyway. Michelle, reminds me of Pixel Junk Eden. Yes, it does. It has a very similar flowy vibe and feel to this game. Surprises are great for players, like, oh, available today, go get it, right? But for developers, not so much. Yep, so in your example, Petit, you say that a game presented at June at E3 or in September. That's 3 months, which is plenty of time. But if you're telling me that, oh, it's some unknown game is available today, how does that work?
Weird people making an even weirder game called Kraken Academy. It's a comedy high school adventure that is coming out later this year.
Okay, this is a
new kid at school
visual
who is tasked
novel
to save the school from doom and destruction.
horror mystery thing
With big
from an action adventure
this
perspective.
game is a love letter to 90s anime and Zelda Majora's Mask.
It's a weird broccoli dude in this.
I'm super excited to show you today, for the first time ever, our hand-animated trailer that we commissioned to showcase the game. Now, it's a really big deal for us to have such an awesome trailer.
Vivid Knight did pretty well with little hype, and Smelter did awful with a year of hype. Yep, obviously there are exceptions to every rule, so it's not a cut and dry kind of issue, but I lean more on the preparation and actually getting your game out there. Oh, sorry, the name of the drawn squid platformer thing is Yinglet. Y-N-G-L-E-T, I think. Minimal pixel art when they get it right. Yeah, it's not too bad here, as you can distinguish between the different characters. I actually think that pixel art with an outline, like a border around the character, looks better. Rather than there are some, like this game doesn't, the characters don't have an outline, so it doesn't pop. And this is Kung Fu Kickball. I saw something on Twitter this morning regarding this game. I think the panda character is supposed to be new. Fun little 2v2 local multiplayer game.
Kung Fu Kickball is a team-based
Krillin
sports
character,
game where
yep.
the best ball kicker wins. You gotta punch, kick, and headbutt your way across the field to smash the ball into your opponent's bell and rack up points. Hi there, I'm Jonah Wallerstein, the creator of Kung Fu Kickball, and I'm super excited to have my game included in the second annual Guerrilla Collective. The game has been in early access on Steam for a little over a month now, and we're just getting started. So today I'd like to announce a new character joining the ballgame. That's right, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, is ready to unleash his monkey-style kung fu on the playing field. He'll be available with our next update, landing at the end of the month, but you'll need to demonstrate your skills as a true kickball master to get him to join your roster.
It's Sun Wukong, by the way, not Sun.
So look forward to challenging the Monkey King in a few weeks, and keep an eye out for Kung Fu Kickball, coming to console later this year.
Hi everyone, my name is David Jimenez, Game Director at Tuo Subscribe. I'm proud to introduce our new game, Eon Drive.
Eon
New
Drive,
chapter in the story,
speedrunning
Jackie,
title.
our main heroine. Eon Drive is a stylish speedrunning platformer set on the streets of cyberpunk city near Barcelona. With it, we want to show you a bit of our city in a different light than you may be used to. In Eon Drive, you can rush your way through its areas solo or with 4 people in co-op. Eon Drive
Is
coming
Goku
out
from
later
Dragon
this
Ball?
year
Yes,
for
Goku's
PC
from Dragon
and
Ball.
mobile consoles.
What kind of question is
With
that?
the help of our publishing partner, Critical Reflex. Please check out the new trailer for the game. We hope you like it.
That's good looking pixel art.
30 seconds to find all the drive cores. No time to waste then.
Time loop. Okay, this aspect of the game is new to me. I thought it was a time trial racer, that is you have to get, speed run the game basically. But if it's a time loop, then it might be something different. Okay, co-op is new. Do I know how long this event is? I have no idea. I hope it doesn't run too long though.
Let's get to it. And now, a little something to whet your appetite.
I can't even believe the type of game. It's just phenomenal.
Super dope.
Before we move on to the next segment, we want to say thanks to our broadcasting partners, Twitch, GameSpot, Valve, and IGN. Thank you so much for supporting and hosting the stream. We also want to thank all of our other sponsors here. They're coming up right now. They're so amazing. We love you guys so much. Over the year, we've seen some exciting releases from some of the most amazing developers that have blessed the Guerrilla Collective and other mix events, as well as the other events that have been popping up digitally all year.
Yes. And up next, we have a collection of action and exploratory adventure games that are going to tug on your heartstrings, Justin.
They are definitely making me pitter-patter.
They will. And we'll also check out a couple of updates on some award-winning games that are soon to become contemporary classics.
Let's do this.
Imagine that humanity, in its ceaseless quest to ravage the planet, has driven even one of the most adaptable creatures in the animal kingdom, the fox, to extinction. As the last fox on Earth, you're fighting for survival in search of the rare sources of food left in this dying world. But you're not searching food just for yourself alone. Your clumsy cubs are eagerly waiting for your return and the safety of your shelter. Until that fateful day, when something or someone takes one of your young foxes. The loss of a youngling is a heartbreaking, gut-wrenching moment, but as long as there's hope, the vixen will try everything to get it back. This is where your keen sense of smell comes in handy. You can sense the smell of your cub and can even sense some traces left behind. Dropped objects tell you the story of what happened at these locations. Your sensing skills are also very useful to find prey, as animals also leave a trace you can smell and follow. And you will need that skill because
I do
your
think
other
Fox
cubs
games
still
are
need
overdone
your
though.
attention. As they grow up,
Like every indie
they will leave
developer
the
has a
shelter
Fox game
and
for some
accompany
reason.
you on your nightly
There are things like
adventures.
the first three. There is Fox and Forests. There's Lost Ember, like Balsori has mentioned, and
They're new to this
kind
world,
of overdone.
so keep
But the baby
little
fox
ones
is really
close
cute.
and safe. Over time, they will learn essential life skills and can
Tunic,
do their
yep.
part for the
How could I
survival
miss
of the
Tunic?
group.
Furry money. Okay, that's one way of looking at it. More appealing than Shelter. Shelter is another one of interest. It's up to
Nights are
Shelter
dangerous
3
enough
now.
when perilous
Low
traps
poly,
and other predators
kind of cool look.
threaten your cubs.
Actually,
But
hold
during
on.
the
Isn't
day,
Lost
the most
Ember
dangerous
a wolf
predators of them
instead
all
of a
start
fox?
roaming the world. Humans.
Fox game tier list. Maybe down the line. A video on that.
It's your job to guide your vulnerable cubs safely through the dystopian future of an exploited
Tunic.
Earth. On your journey to the last safe haven, you must overcome all the dangers that lie ahead. Survive. This is Endling.
Speaking of little ones, I might have to be on
Hi
that
all, I'm
duty in a
Michelle,
little
the
bit,
game
so
director
I'll
of
have to
Beasts of
mute the
Maravilla
mic,
Island,
but
a 3D adventure
I'll
game
be
about
around, should
discovering
be in chat.
extraordinary creatures, learning
So
their
you'll see the
behaviors,
sign
and
when
most
it pops up
importantly,
anyway.
photographing their majesty. Today I'm going to show off some content from a zone we
Ooh,
haven't
this
shared
is
much
cute.
gameplay of before, the Glimmering River.
This is the beasts
This
of
luminous
Maravilla
locale
Island.
is home to a number of unique beasts, from mushroom frogs to bats with butterfly
Indie
wings
Pokemon
to
Snap,
mischievous
basically.
otter crocodiles that love to play. Each
Supposed
of
to
these critters
release
has a
in
unique reaction
June,
to Marina.
so
We can't wait for you to find and photograph them all.
maybe a surprise release
The
today.
Glimmering River features puzzles where you must cooperate with the animals in the area in order to progress. For example, using the Maravian scaled otter, or as we like to call him, the Otterdials, playful spit behavior to grow flowers that'll take you up to new areas. One of our favorite parts of the Glimmering River is a game of fetch that you get to play with the Otterdile. If you wait for just the right moment, you can catch a shot of him doing an impressive backflip before
Otterdile.
diving down into the water to fetch his toy. This is one of the many opportunities to engage with creatures in meaningful and non-violent ways in store for you on Maravilla Island. Beasts of Maravilla Island is coming soon to Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PlayStation 4, and PC. We're so excited to see the amazing photos that you take.
No date on this. Interesting. Oh no! This is the 3D platformer. Very cool, dreamy look. Journey vibes with this for sure. Doing Dufresne. This has been going for an hour. Are there any other games that I missed? Let me see what I wrote down. El Paso Elsewhere is a very interesting looking game. A Max Payne-like, I think, early 90s kind of look. Very interesting. And then there's Zodiac Legion as well, tactics title. Pale World from Indie Live Expo is excellent. Cannot wait to play that. $2021, okay. Oh, this is the game where they are separated by a city that's like on fire or something, and then they have to find a way to get back together. Can't remember the name of this. Fire Tonight. Yep, that's the name. The Lightbringer.
Hi, my name is Eleanor, and I
Zelda
voice the
like
sister
title.
in The Lightbringer. Today I'm giving you a quick deep dive into the game to take a closer look at the gameplay. The Lightbringer is a poetic adventure platformer with a heartfelt narrative presented entirely in verse. The world has been claimed by vile corruption, filling it with vicious, slimy beings. Your sister set out on
If
a
anyone's
journey
interested
to rid
in
the
more
world of these evil
Zelda-like
entities.
titles,
But
you
somewhere
can
along
just
her journey,
do a quick
she
search on the
vanished under
channel.
unknown
Plenty of videos on that.
circumstances.
This
Now
was
the
in one of
task
those
saving
videos anyway.
the world has fallen upon you. Guided by your sister's spirit, you aim to succeed where she could not. The goal of each level is to reach a monolith and cleanse it from the corruption that has taken control of it. You do this by collecting power in the form of light motes that are spread throughout the level, often cleverly hidden outside a beaten path. Best keep your eyes peeled. Your journey will take you through tropical islands, icy tundras, dark dungeons, and mountaintops high above the clouds, all with their own unique mechanics. Each level works as its own little world, filled with platforming challenges, puzzles, and enemies. Speaking of enemies, you'll often find yourself fighting the corruption, both smaller enemies as well as large sentinels brought to life by the corruption. These encounters will test both your skill and determination, and they will not give up without a fight. We hope you have enjoyed this quick presentation, and we look forward to showing you more this summer. As for the game's release date, it'll be out when it's out.
Hi everyone,
Okay,
I'm Joshua
decent
Monchan,
looking game.
narrative designer from Vertigo at Pendulum Studios. Vertigo is a narrative and adventure game freely inspired by the movie masterpiece directed by Alfred Hitchcock. The main themes of the game are roughly the same ones that appear in the movie: obsession, madness, manipulation, identity, and the confusion between imagination, dreams, memory, and reality. We've used a lot of Hitchcock's storytelling techniques, from his special use of suspense, the focus on the psychological side of action, his marriage, depiction of reality, and of course the MacGuffin. We've also been studying Hitchcock's camera work, subjective shots, his use of detail shots, and even the dolly zoom effect, also known as vertigo effect. In the movie, the spectator always knows more than the main character. You have to translate that into the game and let the player know more than the actual character that they are controlling.
Okay, interesting to see how film and games have come around full circle, right? Now you're making games based on film instead of films based on games, I guess.
Amazing games. Of course, it's pitter patter on my heart. It's just every time I'm like, feel like I'm getting a shot of adrenaline. Those are some awesome, maybe that's not adrenaline, but those are some awesome games. Next up, our friends at Neon Doctrine, formerly another indie, have joined us to show some of their amazing titles.
Let's check it out
now.
Okay, I'm very interested to see what this publisher has up their sleeve. Lamentum will be one of the titles they're publishing, I think.
Purveyors of exquisite games from around the world. We hope you enjoy this showcase of our upcoming titles. Neon Doctrine is proud to be based in the city of Taipei, so it brings us great pleasure to introduce you to the legend of Tianding. Set in Taipei and featuring Taiwan's most famous folk hero, we cannot wait for you to see the place we love and experience an interesting piece of local history.
Product not yet rated.
So if you've been following along on the channel, this trailer will not be new to you. Covered it a couple of days ago only. But this game does look great, so drop the developers a wish list for sure. It does look so good, right? Pretty amazed by the art.
From the Far East to the countryside of New England, we'd like to welcome you to Grow Hill Manor, where the science of the 19th century
This would be a
meets
Lamentum.
unspeakable ancient horror. Don't get lost now. You'll never know what you'll see if you open the wrong door. Without further ado, Lamentum awaits.
If someone tells you that pixel art cannot be scary, direct them to this game. It's so unsettling. Happy to hear that, Nicholas. Carrion was more an action game though, like you were the monster, so it wasn't as scary. And this game is just, I don't do horror games well, so not really my cup of tea, but based on the pixel art, maybe I'll give it a look.
Marriage, love, and devotion can lead to acts of personal sacrifice. But for my lovely wife's hero, these noble acts are twisted into acts of depravity. Would you be willing to betray and murder those who trust you in order to save your true love? How far would you go to bring back your lovely wife?
Oh, My Lovely Wife. This should be from the developer of My Lovely Daughter, I think. Similar kind of art style? I don't think ASCII art counts as pixel art though. Oh, I don't like the character designs in this without the mouths. What is this? It looks so twisted.
Our free-to-play multiplayer PvP shoot 'em up Retrograde Arena is available now on Nintendo Switch. And the best part, it's free.
Alright, free entry. Give it a shot if you have a Switch.
We have a friend we would like to introduce you to, and I think it's best if he speaks for himself.
Oh, this guy made the Baobab's Mausoleum games. Very weird, but very interesting. Very indie, I guess. What the hell is this? Is a good reaction to this. Although I am concerned whether it's just being weird for weird's sake.
Welcome to the most infamous dinners of all. When he died.
I hope you enjoyed these games as much as me, enjoyed.
I think the other game is out. It's called Mesmeratu or something. I just remember the very screamy trailer.
Developers who work with us in our amazing community. But wait, what's this? We have a sneak peek of an unannounced title. I'm very happy to present to you Project Althea.
Okay, something new.
Thank you so much to all the developers and to you for tuning in. And make sure to check out the Steam Guerrilla Collective event page and wishlist some of these games.
Yeah, definitely support the developers. For our first day's finale, we are going to be traveling to the east to connect with our friends at BitSummit, who will be showing some of the most inventive and interesting games coming out of Japan. Let's get it.
The Legend of Right, the Papercraft RPG. This looks good. Long in development. I think first shown off at Microsoft's conference a couple of years ago. High flow, you can always catch the VOD later. Look at the animation in this, pseudo pencil drawn look. So amazing. Coming in 2020. Okay. Someone didn't update their trailer. First person dungeon crawler. Doesn't look amazing, to be honest. No, it's some Japanese game. I don't think it's Mini Healer. Potato flowers in full bloom. That's the name. Life in Dungeon. This one caught my eye as well during the Indie Life Expo. Another first-person dungeon crawler, but it's a isekai title. So you're a streamer that somehow ends up in this fantasy RPG world. Pixel art game. What's this? Golf Story? No. Golf Story 2. No wait, the Golf Story people were doing some other game, I think. Sports Story or something. RP Golf Legends. Okay. Clever play on letters, I guess. This is a 3D fighter. Covered it? Can't remember the name. Something to note is that this game does have a PvE element, so there are like creeps or like general enemies to fight.
You can already see it. But Whitewater Wipeout is a surfing game for the play date that pays homage to the classic California games. Plus, it's made by our boss and legend.
The playdate, such a weird little handheld.
We haven't announced it yet, dang it!
Phoenix!
Isto, hello. I think there's a playdate stream in a couple of days, on the 10th or something. And this is knockoff Fall Guys. This is such a Japanese title. It looks like a Japanese TV show. Like it has all the overlays and text and everything everywhere, right? Survival Quiz City. Super chat donations, they go to YouTube and then I get my cut from there. But I mean, it does help in the long run. That doesn't contribute to the fundraising target. Oh, I mentioned this Toho fighting game a little while back. I think it's been on PC for a couple of years and got like PS4 and Switch versions recently. there are many Toho games. It's already out. The English version should be out on PS4 and Switch. Looks really good though. I mean, that, like, doing what I do see so many Toho games, right? And some of them, the models that they use are just terrible. But this is not one of them. Coming to, I thought it's out already.
Indie Creates and Sunsoft present the final piece of a trilogy.
Blastmaster. Again, Indie Live Expo did show this off.
New adventure. The side view and top-down action is more intense than ever before. Jason's third battle against mutant kind is about to begin. What new threats await him in a new dimension?
I think it's quite interesting how Indie Creates, which is a relatively bigger developer, how they're still, you know, the ones using pixel art to make new entries in 2021 rather than a small indie studio. So something to be commended for, I guess.
Unfolds July 29th, 2021. Indie Creates.
This is Azure Striker Gunvolt 3, I want to say. I always like the pixel art in this game, in this series. Master games are good. The action adventure top-down part might be a bit off at first, but you get used to it.
That was super cool. BitSummit is awesome. Can't wait to go back to Kyoto to experience it when we can.
Amazing. Yeah, that was the best. I think if you get a chance to go to BitSummit, do it. Take it. It's amazing.
Yeah, shout out to them for you know, showing their games on this showcase for sure. Thanks once again to our sponsors and broadcasting partners for their support. We're going to shout them out here once again. PlayStation, Xbox, Kickstarter, Razer, Astro Gaming, our fellow devs and publishers, 2 Awesome Studio, Akupara Games.
Okay, so nothing from Hype Train, Raw Fury, Thunderful, Whitethorn, and Tiny Build, Humble, Good Shepherd. Basically nothing from all of these guys. So I expect next week's showcase to be where all these games will pop up.
Where you can learn more about the games, wishlist those games, buy the games that are available now, check it out. Wishlists help, so do it.
Do it. You know, definitely support them. Thanks to Wilmer Sound, sir. You have been awesome for opening up your space.
Yes, I'm so happy to open my space to you.
Always, I love being in your space. Thanks to the Mix team, AV Society, Timmy, Abe, Fully Illustrated, everybody who's contributed.
Okay, so are we done
That wraps up day 1 of Guerrilla
for
Collective
today?
2. Coming up next is our next installment of Black Voice in Gaming, where Alfonso Hooker will be joining me for some interviews and exclusive gameplay sessions with some amazing devs and their dope games. Be sure to stay tuned at the same time next Saturday at 8 a.m. PST, 5 p.m. CET, where the Guerrilla Collective gaming greatness will continue, along with the spotlight on uplifting and thoughtful indie games and wholesome direct. We're going to take a
Am I going to stream tomorrow? What's going on tomorrow? Is there an event?
Voice in Gaming next. See you soon.
Alright, so that will do it for us. Thanks to everyone who dropped by. Thanks for hanging out. Hope some interesting games cropped up on your radar, and I should be doing some sort of recap videos on games that caught my eye, so look out for that. Keep your wallet safe. you need plenty of money in the coming days, I guess, this week.
Oh Lord, we are back early.
Alright, take care everyone. See ya. Bye.